Hey everybody, this is Triumware412 taking a look at the game Fair Play Classic WTA 10. WTA standing for Winner Takes All. Game played on webdiplomacy.net. I controlled the German player. Let's take a look at what I was planning on doing. I wanted to start things off in a Western triple and take the natural centers around my country, hoping to take Belgium and Holland both. And then was going to turn on one of my allies and move up into the Scandinavian countries, over into Russia, and then eventually down through Austria and the Balkans, maybe a little bit of Italy here, if I needed it to take my 18. So something like that was my initial goal, and we will take a look and see how that worked out for me. Really nothing to report in 1901. Things went fairly well and as planned. I coordinated the bounce in Burgundy here. I talked with England about me supporting him into Belgium and him supporting me, or not really supporting me I guess, him allowing me into Denmark, which would give he and I both 5 centers, and France taking Portugal and Spain would give him 5 centers. So it'd be a good opening for the 3 of us, and that ends up working out. The only thing that happened in Spring '01 that I wasn't really expecting was this Russian fleet moving to Bothnia. I had hoped he would move to Finland and thought he had said as much, but he does not end up doing that. That doesn't turn out being such a bad thing. He just moves on into Sweden anyways, and things in here do go as planned. England and France get the builds that we were expecting, and so we move on. Now you see England's builds here work out almost perfectly for me. He builds a fleet in Liverpool, obviously betraying the fact that he does not intend to continue working with France, and so both nations looked to me for help, and so I was really able to pick and choose which of the 2 of them I would stick with as an ally. In the spring of '02, it looks like I've made my choice, and I attack Burgundy and force that French unit out, but I really just do that to build rapport with England, and that convinces him to support me into Sweden, while down here I also take Belgium from him. So he loses a center. France is not any worse for wear, and I gain 2 in '02. So that works out fairly well for me. In 1903, after my builds, new fleet and new army, I renegotiate my non-aggression pact with Russia, not wanting him to use this fleet against me in any way. And he actually buys it. He falls back to Bothnia. He will eventually move all the way back to St. Petersburg. And really that is about it for '03. Nothing else terribly exciting happens. You do see this Austrian unit in what was our neutral zone, but that was a move which was agreed upon and was not a concern for me. You see also here Italy, after beginning a Lepanto, starts moving his units back towards France, which will become important here pretty soon. Oh, there's a retreat. And builds. And now in '04. I start moving my units towards Russia/Austria. This move against Austria, you could say, was predetermined by Austria and I, just to make it look to Russia like I was attacking Austria as well. Mostly just for show. I just wanted Russia to remain on quasi-good terms with me. And we continue fighting up here. I don't intend to gain a great deal of ground, and I don't. France has to now fight against England and Italy, who is encroaching on his territories in the south. And here you see I actually start moving against Russia as well, moving back into Bothnia, where I had attempted to go before. Continuing to pluck around over here, and you see Italy actually taking a French center, but France, knowing that would happen, gets a unit into Tyrrhenian Sea. And that causes some issues. You see here, even though France has gained, or Italy, sorry, has gained a couple centers, he doesn't build. And then in the spring, I moved to position myself to better attack Russia, cycling around up here as well. France takes back Marseille because Italy does not defend it, and France also takes Rome. So things starting to look bad for Italy, and he actually drops out of the game. He has missed 2 phases, so he's in civil disorder. When that happens, I begin negotiating with everybody, and we decide to draw the game. Because with a nation of that size dropping out, it really upsets the balance of power. Not specifically power, but you see, like I have more power than England per se, but I got that from working diplomacy and fighting and playing the game. When someone drops out at this late stage, you could see Austria just swoop in and pick up his centers for free, essentially. France swooping in, picking up these centers for free. And they grow much larger than they are rather quickly without a great deal of effort, which upsets the balance of the game. And so, since it was a winner-takes-all especially, we decided that drawing the game would be the best option. So I was doing fairly well with my initial strategy. I would have been in good position to take Norway here, and then could have moved over into St. Petersburg, had armies here in position to take Warsaw. So I was in good position to continue my initial plan, but the game did not end, and well, it did end. It just ended in an early draw. So that was the game. Any questions or comments you have would be appreciated, and thanks for watching.